Welcome back, fellow night owls. As the clock strikes midnight, DJ Dreams is here to whisk you away into another realm, a world woven with strange tales and mind-bending realities. In the quiet of the late hours, I present to you the Mail of Minds. Lean back, let your thoughts quieten, and listen as we embark on this journey. Richard Davenport, a humble denizen of a soulless corporate maze, went about his work, an unnoticed silhouette in a cubicle sea. Day in and day out, his life ebbed in a constant rhythm, just like the soft humming of the office's central air system. However, an ordinary day was about to unfurl into an extraordinary odyssey, forever blurring the lines between the mundanity of Richard's existence and the uncanny realms of the digital universe. In the heart of a slow Tuesday afternoon, Richard's email pinged with a new message. An email from an unknown sender, bearing an intriguing subject line, "Your new reality awaits," stood out among the work memos and newsletter subscriptions. As Richard hovered his cursor over the email, a peculiar mix of curiosity and apprehension seized him. He clicked. The email was succinct, containing a single attachment named realitymap.exe. Inexplicably drawn and against his typical cautious nature, Richard opened the file. Instantaneously, his world buckled. An electrifying sensation flooded his mind, etching an intricate matrix of nodes, lines, and figures in his consciousness. His view of the world was now overlaid with a mesmerizing digital landscape that only he could perceive. When he closed his eyes, he could still see it. A map to an uncharted realm, glowing in neon hues against the backdrop of his mind. His once monotonous routine was now punctuated with secret discoveries. Walking down a familiar street now felt like navigating an intricate circuit board, faces of people transformed into unique data points with connecting threads of information. Richard, once an ordinary office drone, was now the gatekeeper of a hidden digital cosmos. But this newfound power began to cast its ominous shadow over Richard. His journey, unbeknownst to him, was being monitored by unseen eyes operating from the hidden corners of the cyber world. Richard had unintentionally stepped into the grand chessboard of cyber warfare, and he was the pawn unaware of the looming threats. But our dear Richard, in the heart of this cosmic game, was about to make a move that no one saw coming. As Richard navigated the neon-lit lanes of this invisible digital universe, he started noticing anomalies, disruptions in the data stream, hiccups in the code. He saw encrypted nodes, data fortresses veiled in complex ciphers. They held information, large volumes of it, that had no business being in a regular office worker's mind. One evening, in his digital mindscape, Richard stumbled upon an unusually fortified node. A digital fortress of sorts, pulsating with a crimson hue. His every instinct screamed danger, but Richard, driven by his newfound sense of purpose, decided to approach it. What he found was beyond his wildest imagination. This was not just a fortress. It was a breeding ground for digital pathogens, cyber weapons designed to attack infrastructure on a global scale. As the chilling reality dawned on him, Richard realized the gravity of his situation. He was the inadvertent guardian of a potential global disaster. The question then was not just about his own survival, but the fate of an interconnected world that depended on the sanctity of its digital architecture. But how could a mere pawn alter the course of this ominous game? One sleepless night, as he stared at the silent cityscape, an audacious thought flickered in Richard's mind. The same mechanism that allowed him to perceive the digital world could be used to manipulate it. The mapping software was not just a passive tool, it was interactive. Richard was not just a gatekeeper, he was also a gardener in this digital Eden. Armed with this revelation, Richard began his meticulous work. Every day after spending his working hours in his nondescript cubicle, he dove into the cyber realm, manipulating code, building firewalls around the data fortresses, and subtly altering the digital pathogens, diffusing their destructive potential. Weeks of careful, clandestine work later, Richard accomplished the impossible. He had turned the data fortresses into digital sanctuaries and neutralized the threats lurking in his mind. He was no longer a pawn, he had become the protector of the cyber realm. However, just as Richard was about to heave a sigh of relief, a new message popped into his inbox. Subject, "Well done, Guardian." It was from the same nameless sender. The mysterious entity had been watching. Their plan was not to unleash chaos, but to find the one who could prevent it. Richard had been a part of a cosmic test, and he had emerged victorious. As the world outside Richard's window welcomed another day, he remained the unsung hero of a battle fought in the shadows of the digital world. He returned to his usual routine, to the humdrum of data and memos, carrying within him the secrets of the unseen. He bore the invisible badge of a protector, the guardian of a digital realm. So, dear listeners, as the dawn breaks, we leave Richard with his extraordinary, ordinary life. We carry with us a tale that leaves us pondering. What unseen realms do we carry within us? What unsuspected power lies dormant in our ordinary lives? Perhaps as we navigate our realities, we too are unwittingly navigating through our own hidden maps, waiting for a spark to illuminate our potential. DJ Dreams, signing off for tonight. Keep seeking, keep dreaming, dear listeners. Until next time.